Okay, so today we're playing against Athletic de Bilbao, and as you know, we cannot miss another chance. We cannot miss another game, and we have to get through this, and of course, to get out of this mini crisis that has popped up over the last 3 weeks, right, in Real Madrid. The only problem right now, nowadays, we are facing something we've never seen before in Real Madrid. Every time in our history a player is not performing well, is not playing okay, or is not in the same level he used to be, in Real Madrid we always had another player for him, another player to replace that player, and of course, competition between two players per position has been always our standard, right? We always had two great players per position, right? In all our history, or the 90% of our history. Problem nowadays is we are a very short squad. The problem with that is when you have a player or multiple players who are not performing great, who are not performing okay, who are not performing at Real Madrid standards, and then you don't have anybody to replace him with, you have nothing. And the problem is we still have to see players in the lineup who are not performing, not even okay, right, to play in Real Madrid, but are still there. And they are still there. They are still being lined up. And why is the reason for it? Because Carlo Ancelotti has no other choice. And that is the big thing when it comes to Real Madrid. We don't want to sign anybody. But then, if we have a player who doesn't have any competition, who doesn't have any other role, who doesn't have any other pair to compete or position to compete with or to compete for, then all the problems come up. Because these players are very prone to relax if they don't have any other player to fight for a spot in Real Madrid. And that is the big thing. And that is the difference between a great club and an okay club. And we are Real Madrid, we are a great club. So the problem is if you don't have any other player to replace with, then you have a problem. Because you cannot blame the Carlo Ancelotti. If you don't want to sign anybody, if you are not seeing the problem is you. That's the problem. It's not the attitude of the players. It's not the players have been playing the World Cup over the last 4 weeks or 6 weeks or whatever. I don't care. The thing is, you have to have, because you already know up front that they will have to play the World Cup or any other international championship or whatever. So the thing is, you have to know that up front, and prevention is always the key, man. You have to sign players, you need players, and not every other player. You need a special top talent player for per position, right? Because you at least have to have two players per position, two top players per place. You know what I'm saying? Otherwise, you're going to face off this thing that we are going through right now. That is the big thing. That is the big factor when it comes to the problems of Real Madrid nowadays. We don't have anybody to replace Rudiger. We don't have anybody to replace David Alaba. We don't have anybody to replace Ferland Mendy. We have to line them up, right? Just because they are the only ones. And just in case you tell me, and why is Ancelotti not lining up Nacho? That is the big thing. That is the responsibility of Carlo Ancelotti. That is what I'm asking myself. Why Carlo Ancelotti is not lining up to Nacho when he's a great player and he might perform way better than any other, like, for example, Rudiger or Alaba. Why is that, man? So that is the thing. If you don't have the balls to replace a player for another, man, what are you going to do now? Why are you the responsible here? I cannot understand that, man. Why don't you do that? That is the thing. So right now, man, it's not only the players are tired, the players are injured, the players are, exhausted. I don't care. You are Real Madrid, man, and nobody cares about that. All the Real Madrid fans, we are the whole week waiting for our game to see the best players on the field, displayed on the field. That's the thing, man. And you have to have the thought before and up front before it happens. You have to have a plan. You have to have something to prevent that situation. And the problem right now is there's no person in Real Madrid who really wants to sign a single player. Even when Carlo Ancelotti shows up in the office of Florentino Perez and Jose Angel Sanchez and all this stuff. He's asking for players, but they are telling him, no, you can pull out players from Castilla. You try, figure it out. That's it. Is that the only question, man? You had to Casemiro, you had to Sergio Ramos, and you said, no, okay, I'm going to sell these guys because it's a better business for me. Man, it's not business for Real Madrid. It's probably a business, financial-wise, it's probably good, but tactics-wise, it's not great, of course, and it wasn't a great move at all. We needed to Casemiro still. Tchouaméni hasn't replaced Casemiro at all. He has to prove and show everybody more stuff that he has shown already. That is the thing. So guys, try to do the things a little bit better. Of course, the only key factor here is we are missing competition. We are missing players per position. We are missing way better players per position to compete for another player for the same role, the same position. We need 2 players per position. There's no other way around, man. You gotta understand you are in Real Madrid, and this is not like another walk in the park, man. Real Madrid is stressful. Real Madrid is cutting through competition. Real Madrid is just that. That's why we're great, man. That's why we're great. There's no other way around, I told you. So the first thing, I'm telling you right now, the first thing you gotta do right now is to go out to the market and try to sign like 3-4 different players per position, right? To fight for that spot with the current players, so you can replace them, so they see and they feel the tension in their necks, like, oh my god, this another guy here is gonna take my spot away, so I better gonna work out, I gonna better practice a little bit better, or do the things a little bit better, or I'm going to try to give my best, otherwise I'm done in this game. So hopefully we can do it in a different way. Hopefully we can perform a little bit better, man, and hopefully we can sign more players, otherwise we're done, man. This is not attainable at all.